Hi, welcome to Dice Control Dojo. I'm Phil and I practice every day, share my tips so we can all get better at the casino. Join me today. 3 days to go. 3 days. I can't wait. I'm going to talk today about my mental game. What am I doing to prepare for my mental game right before we go? So, there's a lot of things I want to talk about with the mental game. This is all about breathing and focusing and breathing. We have several videos back on how I use different types of ways of relaxing my body and relaxing. The one thing is when we're at a casino and I'm trying this new way of keeping my arm against the edge here, that's going to keep me from my shaking. I shake a lot. I get nervous. And I don't know if it's nerves or what or energy, but I have to burn that off. Usually a Corona will help, but that may not always be at hand to me. But grabbing these dice right here has been a godsend, and I'm very happy about that. The second trick I do is I like to put the dice down on the felt. That calms my arm down a little bit so I can make that throw on where I'm aiming. But breathing, huge, huge technique. Before I go, there's three different levels, right? Before we go to the table. So mental game in the morning, relaxing myself. I do this when I'm throwing on my bed. It's a lot of energy in through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax. You got to get into your game, right? You got to make sure you're in the zone. And you have to make sure you're knowing that when you get down there, if your energy is right and you're just nice and calm and relaxed when you get down there, you can steady that state as you get on that table. So the three different things to talk about: breathing and relaxing before you go down, breathing and relaxing while you're waiting to throw, and then when you're actually throwing, breathing and relaxing on each of those throws. What does that look like? So, as you know from some of the videos, my breathing while I'm picking up the dice and I'm throwing, I'm exhaling on my throw, just like exhaling when you hit, just like exhaling when you drive. So, it's all in the same method. So, remember, there's going to be lights, noise, there's going to be dealers, you're going to be betting. There's going to be a lot of different things going on than me being in this perfect bubble that I'm in right now. And I have to make sure I understand, how can I get to Shangri-La, this place I'm in right now, right here, and bring myself back to my practice here each and every day so that I can be the most success I can be when I get at that table. All right. So breathing, relaxing before you get down there. Then when you get to the table, knowing that it's going to be you coming, you're starting to loosen up your arm, right? You're relaxing. You're like, okay, things are coming my way. Nice and relaxed. You got to be focused, right? You got to have your mental game in. It's a lot of inward and outward. You're thinking about where you're throwing. Then when it comes up, your betting should be automatic. You should be knowing what you're doing. Your chips are ready to go. Put them down. And then, as with always, I'm always visualizing. I'm doing a lot of visualizing. I'm visualizing these 3-3 landing right in that zone and sitting up nice and pretty. So I'm visualizing that throw. And I'm thinking about that 3-3 landing there. I'm pre-thinking how those dice are going to land. I'm picturing it. I'm working through that in my brain. This is all a technique to get you to relax and just be able to throw just like you've done 1,000,000 times at home. It should just come natural, nice and relaxed. Don't get anxious with the betting. Try and focus on what you're doing. Keep tabs of what you're doing. And so working out your breathing, you're relaxing. Whether you're coming down to the tables, you got to Get your energy down, relax. When it's coming around to you, keeping your energy low, just having fun, some jokes. And I have 4 great buddies. They keep it light. Or you laugh, that relaxes you too. So if you're having a good time, that's good. And then it comes to you, making sure you're visualizing your throw, and then just let everything be natural and do everything that you've practiced since day one. And just hopefully those dice come out and land right where you want them. Don't get anxious if you're 7 out, 0.7. The way of life, remember, this is a 50-50 game. So you're just trying to cut down the odds, or you just want to be a little bit better than the house in order to make money. So just think about that. You're gonna lose. Don't get upset. If you do get upset, get back to focusing. How can I get back to it? What can I do differently? Also, one thing I want to make sure, one thing I do here when I'm practicing my betting is I'm the dealer, right? So I'm paying out myself and I'm coming around. So with 3 days to go, remember to practice your betting too. It's going to stress you out if you don't do the betting that you've been practicing either on your phone or when you're live. It may be different. So you have to make sure what your strategy is, what the payout is, and what you're doing. But you know what you also have to do? You have to do it out loud. So when you're here a couple days out, make sure you're practicing what that bet looks like. If you're doing a $60, can I have a $60 6-8? You want to say that out loud, right? You got to put it here. You're not going to be yourself putting the $60 6-8 out, right? You're not your dealer there. The dealers are the dealers. So if you need a hard way working, you have to make sure you're like, hey, can I have $100 horn, $100 hard ways working, please? I know those are things that you think you're going to do, but you're going to miss bets because you're not saying them out loud. You're like, okay, I want to put a bet out there and I want that working, because if you're putting a hard ways out, it's usually off on the come out. But if you want it working, you got to say working. You don't do that at home because you're just betting with yourself. So make sure things that you're doing here, that's why I like to go to the live casino before I go, just to make sure I get these little idiosyncrasies out of my system. But that's just something I noticed, that a lot of times I'm betting everything in my head and not out loud. So I'll be like, I got to be better at, that's a $15 come bet. I'm going to press that to 60. I'm going to press that to 100. Say it out loud. Work it out. That way, when you come back to betting, now I can get back to visualizing that 3-3 on the top coming in a nice throw, and it lands, and then I can work on my betting again. I should be receiving 70 for the 6. I'm going to put back up on the hard ways. I'm going to put another bet on the 8. So we don't talk about betting strategies, but this is all going about your mental game. If you're offset in your mental game because you're now realizing you don't know what you want to bet and you don't have that down, your mental game is going to be off. And if it does get off, get back to it. Start breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Relaxing your body. Visualizing, what do I need? I want a hard 6 next. So I got my bets up. Now I got to forget about the bets. Forget about what everybody's yelling and screaming. Forget about what's going on in that table. Right now my zone is right here, looking to pick up. I'm focusing. I'm breathing properly. So my exhale is on my throw. And then I'm visualizing that 3-3. Each of these processes you got to work out 3 days out. I can't afford to make a mistake. I'm relying on my throws so my team can make money. I can't afford to make a mistake because I wasn't in it mentally. And there's a lot of distracting things to help distract you. It's intentional. It's intentional that the dealers are going to give you time. It's intentional lights, the music, the girls dancing up on the tables. It's all distractions, so you're not concentrating on what you want to do and how you want to bet. That's all geared towards you missing that one bet, that one time, and you losing money. So take advantage of the mental game and know how important it is. We don't talk about the betting strategy as always, but I do know that if you have your mental game prepped, you got your breathing down, whether you're at the hotel room, at the casino waiting to throw, or visualizing your 3-3 when you throw, then I know that you'll throw for a long, long time.